Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Like a what? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a what? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a torta with a snack habit. Bye-ya. 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 Oh, it is. You can tell by that thumbnail right there. Yes, indeedy. I'm about to write graffiti all over the bus. We're going to go way back. Old school. There's a question that's been asked and now I must answer. Can Norteños say the word ese? I say it all the time, right? But again, I'm not a Norteño, right? I'm just a Mexican from Northern California, from up north. You know, hey, I took off them boots a long time ago and put on Jordans because they were much more comfortable, right? Then get plus, I got flat feet. So, you know, I need to do that. Can you say the word ese if you're from up north, Northern California? Now, wait, let me give you a history lesson. Knowledge you can't get in college. Sit down here, right? I'm so disgusted. Guard! I'm going to do this. Can I do this? I'm going to do it, right? You can say whatever the hell you want to say, bro. So many different people say the N-word and get away with it nowadays. So many people say they're this and like, they're like this and like that. And I'm non-binary, they say, right? There's so many different things that they do or say, and people just roll and run with it. I guess we're in an era and an age of anything you say, you can say, I guess. And you don't have to prove nothing, or you don't have to back it up with paperwork, or you don't have to back it up with wordplay or details or nothing. You just say it, and ese es pura. If they run with it, they run with it. Now, I've always said the word ese, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm Mexican. See, I come from a Mexican family. I come from Mexicanos working in the fields. I come from Mexicanos roofing and shit. Concrete. Hey, ¿sabes qué? Vámonos a la verga con la cibre. I come from straight Mexicanos. Right? Now, I ain't gonna lie. Over the years and through the generations, right, my Spanglish just isn't up to par. But that don't mean nothing, homes. That don't mean I ain't got raza all up on me. That don't mean I ain't got brown blood coursing through my veins, because I definitely got that. The sangre is real. The dedication to the cultura is real. And raza is always going to be first and foremost when it comes to me. That's what I truly believe in. But can a Norteño say the word ese? You know, people trip. You know, I've seen Norteños, they trip on me. Sureños have tripped on me. Like, why do you say this, Holmes? This is our word. You can't say that. And quite contrary, it's a Mexicano word. It's something the Mexicans have been saying since when fucking Fred Flintstone was peddling, right? When Barney Rubble was eating the Brontosaurus Rex sandwich. I'm telling you, it's just what it is. Mexicanos have always used the word ese. It's something that is instilled in us. It is our word. That's why it's called the essays. Not the Southsiders, not the Northsiders, the essays, right? Mexicanos, it's another word or slang for Mexican. I've always used the word ese. I come from a household of using that word. My father, my tios used that word. And my tio was straight up original Northern structure. My tio was one of the original Norteños when the Norteños started becoming the Norteños that the Norteños are, right? He was original. And he always used the word ese. Because see, ever since I was raised as a little kid, that's the word I heard. You know, to me that meant raza, that meant something, that meant pure. To me, that meant my culture. Somewhere along the lines, it switched in Northern California. Why come, how come, I can't call come. But one thing I do know for sure is it did switch over where less and less vatos were using the word ese because they started to turn it into something gang related when it was not intended to be. And that's what happens with a lot of words, like the word cat. Let's take the word cat first. Can we take cat? Cat can mean ball cat, right? It can mean a lot of things. You know, I come from an era where capping meant clowning on people. You know, hey, this fool, hey, he's about to cap on you, fool. You know, it could be capping. It could be capping like, you know, clowning. And now I guess capping means lying, which they say I do a lot of, right? I don't know. Call me on it. But this is what happens. Different eras change up different words and they start, you know, it starts gravitating towards whatever they want it to mean. You know, next thing you know, shit, in the future, cornflakes might mean something different. I don't know. I can't call it like an alcoholic. One thing I know for sure is people always tend to use the words that they want to use and run with them. So trip out. The word ese, like I said, I've said it since a little kid and you kind of go with what you know. You know, if Vatos are using that around my barrio, around the hood, then that's what I'm going to run with. You know, we didn't use the word ese quite frequently. Some of us didn't, I guess, in the barrio because we weren't raised that way. Or I'd say they weren't raised that way, but I was. See, I come from a family that's bumping los bukis on the daily. I come from a family that's vivo de tres animales on the daily. You know, I come from a familia where on Saturdays, there's definitely carnitas in the ground, and on Sundays, there's menudo in the pot. That's the type of menudo. That's the type of family I come from. So the word ese to me, it was like saying the word raza. It just was what it was. Now, me being from Northern California, I started to get looked at differently. And I'm going to tell you, I remember the exact moment I heard the word ene being used. See, I was asked a question the other day. And this vato got at me. He said, hey, Gun, if you're from Northern California, why do you use the word ese? I thought Nortenos used the word ene. And I had to not check him, but make him abreast of what was really going on. I said, first and foremost, I'm not a Norteño, brother. I will always be from Northern California. I will always have love for my gente, for my raza up north. But I'm definitely not representing a gang or a barrio or nothing like that, man. What I'm representing is my people, my culture. Everything about whether it be north or south, all of it. So let's get throw it in a pot, mix it up. What do you got, man? Noodle. That's it, straight up. We've always said the word ese. Now, different areas geographically, like the Valle, has always been a little bit more, I guess you got a little bit more cholismo, right? A little bit more choloism. It's just the way it's been. The Bay Area, the wiggle's a little bit different. I think it's because it's more urbanish. I think the more influx of Africano brothers, the Northerners, they're kind of gravitated towards that. And that's just is what it is. They say a lot of blood, you know, a lot of cuz, a lot of folks, a lot of, you know, whatever they say, cutty. And then the N-word, of course, pretty much predominantly the N-word. And that's just what it is. We didn't look down upon them, but it was kind of like, oh shit, we ain't gonna do that. Valle's different. Like I said, it's different geographics, man. Different things play into certain things. And some scared can't call it like an alcohol. They're gonna fucking say what they want to say. And that's just it, Spencer. Now, I remember when I was in CYA, it was about 93, 94, was the first time I heard the term ene. And it was from a couple homeboys from Sanjo. They were kicking it. They were from, where were they from? Water Hood. What was it? Hoods. East Side Hoods. And we're kicking back, man. We're all chopping it up. And we had just got done throwing a little junta. And one of the homeboys from Tulare County, the homeboy Little Man, rest in peace, man. Little Man from Tula. He liked to say the word ese a lot. That just was his word, just like it was mine. There were some Norteños that just didn't. And they didn't trip off of it, but they just didn't. And there's vatos from the hoods, they said, hey, Holmes, we don't say the word ese. We're not from the south side. We say the word ene. We're from up north. And I remember saying, what type of made up word shit is that, right? But I understood the concept. I understood the situation. You know, there was so much guerra, there was so much war between north and south that we wanted to distance ourselves from everything that they had going on. And because there were so many southerners around and they used the word like dog, they used the word ese. There were certain words that they used, big dog, right? We kind of wanted to distance ourselves from what they had going on, and they definitely distanced the fuck out of themselves from what we had going on. And that's all it was, you know, but it wasn't like that in the beginning. See, the word ese predates North and South. It predates the gangs and all that. It goes to the old school barrios, you know what I mean? Old school cholos, you know, old school stilo, you know, and the word ese has always been used by all Mexicanos, whether you're from up north or down south. Now, of course, when this word ene was infused and people started to run with it, and like I said, it was only there to cause division, distance. People started to run with it. I would get at homeboys, we'd shake visas, and they'd be like, "What's up, Bene?" I'd be like, "What's up, ese?" And they'd be like, "Well, hold up, bro." Right? You know what I mean? They'd start to trip. It got to the point where vatos that once weren't tripping, that even said the word ese themselves, had distanced themselves from that. And I understood. I'm not going to sit here and say I never used the word ene not one time in my life, because I did when I was around Norteños to get their fucking attention. And that's just what it was. But at the end of the day, being Mexican and being true to what I am, I always knew, you know, what words were in my vocabulary, my spectacular vernacular, and what words weren't, right? So I was going to say whatever the hell I wanted to say. Just like you meet vatos, they'll say, hey, I wear whatever color I want to wear. Now, the predominant color up north is always going to be red. The predominant color down south was blue. There are some vatos that wear red, and whatever the case may be, but you know what it is, right? You could tell the difference. Now, words started to come into play, especially in the 90s. You need to understand, gente, that in the 90s, guerra was so much at the forefront, frontline status. It was what was going on. Everything was a North and South issue. Everything was everyone trying to proclaim their dominance. Everything was everybody going at each other that you didn't even know for no other reason than you could or you can. And of course, when the perro chatos got sprinkled in the mix, then it got even worse because now we couldn't identify. Nobody knew what it was. You had Southsiders saying dog. You had Bulldogs saying dog. You had Nortenos never saying dog, right? Ones that did say dog. You had Nortenos saying, hey, what's up, eh? You know what I mean? You had Southsiders saying, what's up, eh? You had Bulldogs saying, no, we don't say what's up, eh? It just was all tore up and all switched up and mixed up. And it was us as a people that did it to ourselves. Interweaving division, right? Whatever we could do to distance ourselves from, I ain't them, I don't fuck with them, right? That's how it was in the 90s. That's the difference between then and now, is we were more so trying to show everybody that we were different. We're not like them. Different haircuts, different flavor, different swag, different stilo. You know, that's how Mexicans are, homes. That's how the raza is, period. Not just Mexicanos, but raza, period. Is we're always constantly trying to show we're number one. We're them. We're that one. Whether the group be from up north or down south, right? And everyone's going to have their opinion depending upon where they grew up, the geographical location of where the fuck they lay their head. Papa was a Rolling Stone, right? They're going to definitely uplift their area and say that they're number one. And that's cool. That's fine and dandy. That's an argument that you can argument to the end of time, right? But at the end of the day, nobody is better than nobody. Everybody's the same. So the word ese predates North and South. You know, when Norteños and Sureños came into play, man, and started to influx the prison system and then eventually spill out into the streets, and there was that division, that line, and people started to represent the North or the South as a whole, you know, for whatever they truly believed in, they started to get particular with it. The colors they wore, the words they said, the estilo, the haircuts, everything came down to, like I said, trying to prove and show everyone that you're this and not that. So when the word "ene" came around, that's all that was. Now, you know, I remember after that happened, like I said, I knew what it was all about. I was right there when it happened. You know, they started saying the word "ene." Like I said, I used it a couple times, but I still use the word "ese." And that's why I continue to use it today, because I stuck to my roots. And I remember this one vato trying to check me on it. And we sat down and I guess we checked each other, because he was like, hey, we don't use the word "ese. We're from up north. We're from Northern California. This is what we do. This is how we do it. And I said, well, hold up, bro. Hold on now. Hold on. I know. I'm from there too. Trip out. I said, we're Northern raza. You got Southern raza. Keyword, raza. Just same shit, just North and South. But same thing, right? Raza at the end. We're all brown. Tortillas, tortillas. Yes, we got them, right? I said, so if ese is a Mexicano word, if it's a raza word that we've used for a very, very long time, since before the division of North and South, it's a word that's part of my culture. It's a word that I'm going to use. It's a word that I love. And it's something that comes out naturally. It's not forced. See, with me, I don't have a certain style where things are forced. You know, if I'm kicking it with homeboys every day, I'm not saying ese this, ese that. No, that's not the way it works. But if it happens to come out, then it comes out when it does. It has a mind of its own. God, I'm gonna fuck you, Wesley. Right straight up, I'm gonna say what I want to say. Now, I remember I had a primo. All right, I guess I can't say I had. I still have him. You know what I mean? To what degree of having, I can't call it like an alcoholic, but the fucker's still there. He's still breathing halfway, right? The Vato's from a Southern gang. He's an upstater, right? But he claims a Southern gang. And that's his word of the day, man. What's up, every 5 minutes, right? Now, he's one of those individuals that says it because he's trying to distance himself from the North. He wants people to hear it. He'll be all at the taco truck in Merced talking about, what's up, right? All loud, trying to cause problems, thinking he's stuck in fucking 1992, right? And at the end of the day, I understand what he's doing. See, I don't say it like that. You know, I don't say it to cause problems or conflict. I say it because it's natural. It's part of my vocabulary. You know, I'd rather say ese than say the N-word. For all these, it's funny because it's Valta that checked me. He was like, hey, homie, you're from up north. You can't use the word ese. I said, and then he said the N-word right after. I said, oh, but you can use that word, right? Come on now. It's not derogatory. You can use whatever words you want. At the end of the day, man, a man's going to be a man. He's going to stand on his 10 and say whatever the fuck he wants to say. And he has to stand by them repercussions for the actions of what he said. But you need to understand that if you look into our history, into our culture as a brown people, man, there's a lot of words that we are allowed to say, no matter what anyone thinks. And our geographical area shouldn't dictate different. You know, shouldn't dictate different, man. You're gonna be a man, and if you think you're fucking something, and you want to say that word, say it, Holmes. Run with it. Just whenever people are tripping, man, make sure that you slip your clip in and get to spit because it can happen. Now, I remember I was at a party. Let me tell you guys a quick little story. You know what I mean? I'm lying. They're going to say, tapatio, huh? Anyways, I'm at a little party, and I'm kicking it. And I remember it was in Turlock, California. I have a lot of familia from Turlock, right? Turlocos. Central Valle, 209 area. It's right by Modesto, right? In between Merced and Modesto. And kicking back. Family, friends, people I don't know, people I do. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable because a lot of my primos that are from Turlock are from old school, Mighty High Street. Right? They're from an old school barrio on the oeste lado, something up. Shh, don't tell nobody. On the west side, right, of Turlock. Kicking it. Familia thing. And I'm using the word ese because I'm around Chicago. Hey, what's up, ese? What's up, bro? You know what I mean? Boo, boo. You know, one thing about Nortenos, they say bro and ese a lot. Well, not ese, but bro, brother, carnal a lot. You know, it's, I guess a little bit different from the South. But that's what they do. So at that time, I'm activated. What's up, bro? What's up, carnal? What's up, ese, right? And this Vato's like, hey, Holmes, where you from? I said, I'm from Merced. He said, yeah, oh, is that how you Vatos get down over there? Now he done brought the whole city involved. Now he done brought the barrios and hoods and turf war and everything involved, right? So now he wants to talk to you. You guys want to see the new dog? Come on. You guys want to see the new dog? I'll show him to you guys. Is he chilling? Away. Go. Let me move the dog real quick. Go. Get up out of here. I'm trying to record a video. He's all up in my YouTube mix. There, you guys seen him. Now you guys can make memes and make fun of him. You know, if your daughter wants a dog, you gotta get her a dog. Anyways, so Vato started tripping on me, man. And I remember an old school veterano, old school, whip down to fucking, it was a whippersnapper. His whip went from nose hairs to his Adam's apple, right? He had one because he was a man. And so anyways, he's looking and he's like, hey, Holmes, come here, hey, come here, youngster. The Vato went over there like, what's up, OG, right? He's like, sit your ass down before I sit it down for you. I said, what time? The word ese is for the raza. Don't. I swear to God, I heard Kid Frost just echoing in the background, right? Mexican power. Orale. They were getting down, right? And he was like, anyways, he ran him down. And the Vato, after apologized, he was like, hey, man, Spencer Holmes for tripping on you like that. I said, it's all good, bro. I said, I come from an era of YA. I come from different, bro. I'm a little different. So I can't say what I want to say, do what I want to do. At the end of the day, I understand, man. People trip. And it's all good. And he was like, what? I was fucking with him, right? But I remember, you know, when people switched up. So to answer the question, because I'm rambling on, to answer the question whether you can say the word ese or ene, if you're from up north, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, man, wherever you're from. But the word ene was a made-up word, man, just to distance ourselves at that time. And like I said, and it was ran with. And over the years, from using that word so much up north, man, the word ese kind of has dissipated and people don't use it as much. But it's still a word used by people predating the 90s and OGs, you know? But it's not gang related, man. It's not a gang related word. It's just a word used. You'll hear it a little bit more down south. They always stood true to that. Not new to that. Up north, like I said, it was always a more distance thing and try to be, you know, different. And that's it. There's nothing more, nothing less to it. You know, I have seen people get smashed over that word. I do remember, you know, it's been a minute. There was a youngster, man, that, you know, he used the word ese, and the Northerners jumped on him, smashed him out because they thought he was from down south, just because he used it quite frequently. And he wasn't. He was a homie at that time. And that's just the way it went down, you know. And Sasuke, they felt bad, but it was what it was. Sometimes this misidentification happens in the hoods and the waters and the streets. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that answered the question, man. Can Nortenos say the word ese? They can say whatever the fuck they want. They sure say the N-word, right? Vatos from down south sure say the N-word. Hey, if you can say that word, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But will they get DP'd or reprimanded for saying the word ese? Chale, man. You know, that predates North and South, bro. Hey, if people know their history, if they really look into the culture, all these people that know, that are active, that really want to know, look into your historia, look into your cultura, and you'll see the word ese is merely a raza word, man. And it's something I'm going to use to the day I'm fucking put in the dirt. Because guess what? I am a ese. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. You get everything that you want coming to you. And remember, at the end of the day, the struggle and striving, the strive to struggle is real. What you gonna do? You gonna struggle to strive or just fucking strive, homes? I'm a strive, right? I got to for my familia and to feed that damn dog because that motherfucker could eat, right? They're small, but he could eat. You already know what it is, man. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See, heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the coming together of all people. I hope I answered the question that was merely asked to me, and I merely answered it. Hey, to all the other Raza channels, the real ones, on YouTube, blessings, bro. I ain't mad at you. It's all blessings. It's always going to be with the gun. Bang, bang.